Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. As we see the placement of different planets in the Lagna chart, yogas, doshas, it gives us a picture of our lives. However, it is well known that we should also corroborate what are the challenges, what are the opportunities that we get from the planetary placements in the D9 chart, in the Navansh chart as well. And because I've said this in many of my videos that the D1 chart placements are possibilities that the zodiac gives us. However, the greater probability of an event happening, some challenges coming upon us, certain results coming upon us is seen through the planetary placements, transits and so forth through the D9 chart, through the Navansh chart. And so we should also be looking at the planetary placement of a specific planet in the Lagna chart versus its placement in the D9 chart and see what is the combination it is creating, what are the permutations it is creating, what are the conflicting energies it is creating, what are the complementing energies it is creating, and what are the supplementary energies it is creating. From that we will know through what the planet is the karaka of, what does the planet stand for in your respective chart, and through what are the characteristics of the planet, how it will throw up different denotations, different manifestations, different results for us. So I have already done some videos around this regarding the placement of the 7th lord of your D1 chart versus the 7th lord of your D9 chart. This is the series which I am making more from the planetary point of view, which means a certain planet placed in a certain placement in the Lagna chart, the D1 chart, versus its placement in the D9 chart, in the Navansh chart, and what are the possibilities it gives us, what are the probabilities it gives us, and what are the opportunities it gives us. So today I am starting off with that planet which is responsible for what dasha we are born in, what is the nakshatra lord, that is the birth nakshatra lord, by virtue of its placement in a certain nakshatra at the time of our birth. And this is the planet which is the planet of our imagination, our emotions and our assets, which is the moon. And so because moon is so important, it tells us about our dasha in which we are born, which is the nakshatra in which we are born, and it is also the planet of rulership of the 4th house, which is also our domestic peace, our mental happiness, our harmony, our emotional well-being. And so it is a very, very important energy in the horoscope, and we should be able to see how the emotional energy is supporting us, how the emotional energy is manifesting different results for us, and how much it will support us in giving us that empathetic support, emotional support in the long run. So what does the moon stand for? The moon stands for our assets, our harmony, our happiness, empathy, our ability to understand, our ability to connect with people, our ability to be able to establish strong emotional bonds between people, the synergy of energies between us and others. So when we look at moon's placement in the D1 chart with versus its placement in the D9 chart, it tells a lot about how these energies may be either supportive for us, disruptive for us, could also be a mix and match between supportive sometimes, challenges sometimes less supportive and more challenges, and sometimes more challenging and less supportive. This is basis how it is placed between the Lagna chart and the D9 chart. So let's jump right into it and understand from the comparison of the moon's placement in different signs and different houses in the Lagna chart, in the D1 chart versus the D9 chart, what are the probabilities it throws up at us. So firstly, whenever moon is in these signs, I have already done a video on what are the best placements for the moon in the different houses or signs in the horoscope. Do see that video. I will give a link to that video also in the comment section below. However, moon generally does very well in either its own sign, its exaltation sign, or its friendly sign. So moon does very well in its own sign of Cancer, in the sign of Taurus where it gets exalted, and in the houses which are ruled by its friendly planets. So it does very well in the Aries sign, in Taurus sign, in Cancer sign, in Leo sign, to a certain extent in Libra sign, but very good results in the Sagittarius signs, and obviously very good in Pisces sign. Somewhat less but okay to good results it gives us is in the sign of Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. However, the most challenging results of moon comes in the sign of Virgo, Scorpio and Capricorn. So whenever moon goes into any of these signs in the Lagna chart, in the friendly sign, and it also replicates these signs placement in the D9 chart, then you can say the moon will give us good results in our lives, strong emotional connect, ability to make assets, ability to be able to empathize with others, ability to be able to develop an understanding with others. However, if moon goes into the friendly signs or own sign or exaltation sign in the Lagna chart, however, it goes into the not so friendly sign such as Virgo or Scorpio or Capricorn in the D9 chart, which means the probability for us is of to get more challenges in our manifestation of moon energies in the D9 chart, because in the D9 chart the horoscope of probabilities, it is getting into more tougher placements, which means generally while the possibility is given to us that moon in the Lagna chart being in good houses, in good signs, but in the D9 chart it is going into problematic signs, which means while the possibility is given to us, however, because of our own ability to connect with people, how we are able to establish that rapport with them, we may ourselves create challenges for ourselves. If moon goes into the Virgo sign while being in a friendly sign in the D1 chart, but goes into the Virgo sign in the D9 chart, it means we create problems by virtue of our own ability to not be able to connect with people, to criticize people, create challenges unnecessarily, create enemies unnecessarily. If it goes into Scorpio, it means while the zodiac is giving us good possibilities, but we, because of our own demeanor, not being able to control our emotions, not being able to manifest the more positive energies of moon, we may end up creating unnecessarily emotional pitfalls, even a depressing energy for us every now and then, anxieties for us. However, if moon is placed in the good sign, friendly sign in the Lagna chart, but it goes into the Capricorn sign in the D9 chart, which means unnecessarily, not because of the zodiac but because of our own manifestation, we bring upon a huge amount of extra work, extra emotional pitfalls for us, extra emotional burdens for us. We think emotions or connecting with people is a big burden, it's a big heavy load, it's work for us rather than coming to us naturally. So if you have moon in good placements, in good signs in the Lagna chart but tougher signs in the D9 chart, we need to be careful and try and be more positive in our approach, be more positive in our connections, understand people better, empathize more with people rather than see people in a negative light, which means some work is given to us by the zodiac, work on our emotional capabilities, because we ourselves, not because of what the zodiac gives us but because of our own potential not to be able to extract the positive energy of moon, we may get into problems ourselves. On the other hand, if moon is in both positive signs in the Lagna and the D9 chart, then it means that overall we may be able to channelize the positive possibilities given to us by the zodiac, and through our own demeanor we will make it more probable for us to be more happy, to be able to have harmonious relationship, to be able to build assets, to be able to connect better with people, to be able to synergize better with people, to be able to help, support and nourish others much better. So it will be a good placement if moon is going in the friendly signs, exaltation sign or own sign in the D1 chart and is replicating that to a large extent in the D9 chart. However, if it goes Vargotama in an unfriendly sign in the Lagna chart and an unfriendly sign in the D9 chart, Vargotama means same sign. If it goes into Virgo in both the D1 and the D9 chart, it means that it will retain some strength, which means we will also have the fighting capabilities to be able to overcome inimical forces, to overcome those challenges which are created by us through our own not being able to establish harmonious relationships. So we will fight with the demeanor, we will still be able to create some good relationship, but however the challenges will still persist, whether it is Vargotama in Virgo in both the horoscopes or both the charts, or it is in Scorpio or it is in Capricorn. If it's Vargotama in both D1 and D9, it will retain some strength, it will give us some ability to fight the negative denotations of these placements, the Vargotama placements in inimical signs. However, some energy is given to us to be able to create more positive outcomes also, but still this is a work in progress for us. However, if moon is placed in friendly signs and in the Kendra houses in the Lagna chart in friendly signs but in Dusthanas in the D9 chart, which means that the ability for us to be able to get the best results have been given to us by the zodiac in friendly signs and in the Kendra houses. So this can be either giving us very good assets, ability to connect good with families, ability to be in a good relationship, ability to be able to create better opportunities at work, and to be able to showcase yourself as somebody who is very empathetic, very understanding, which the 4 houses denote. Same thing with the trine energies as well, when it is in the trine houses in the Lagna chart. But if it goes into the dusthanas or inimical place houses, or even the upachaya houses, for example, upachaya houses are the 3, 6, 10 and 11 houses, which means you'll have to work over a period of time to get good results. So while the possibility is given to us by the zodiac, we will have to make more probable through our ability to, again, to nourish our relationships, to build an ability to be able to understand, to be able to connect with other people, to be able to create more harmonious connections and relationships with others. Then over a period of time, we will be able to channelize the Kendra energies of the moon in the D1 chart and make it more probable after overcoming the negative denotation of the dusthanas or the upachaya houses in the D9 chart. On the other hand, if moon is getting into some good yogas in the D1 chart, for example, it is in a Gajkesari yoga in the D1 chart, but now in the D9 chart it goes into a Vish dosha, say for example with Saturn, or it goes into an eclipse with Rahu or Ketu, then it means that while the zodiac has given you the probability, the possibility of good results, auspicious results because of the Gajkesari yoga between moon and Jupiter in the D1 chart, we sometimes, because of our own inability to be able to create better harmonious relationship, we unnecessarily get into those challenges where we create the negative denotations or the wish or the poisonous relationship or the poisonous connection or not so harmonious connections for us in our ability to connect with other people. But on the other hand, if it is getting in good yogas both in the D1 chart, in the D9 chart and in the Kendra or the trine houses, this can be the most fantastic placement for us. So if it's getting into friendly signs in both the D1 and the D9 chart and in the Kendra houses in both of them, then it's a fantastic placement. Or if it's getting into yogas in the trine houses in the Lagna chart and the trine houses in the D9 chart, again fantastic placement. So whether it's in a friendly sign in the Kendras or in yogas in both the horoscopes, or it's in a good yoga in both the horoscopes in D1 and the D9 charts, then it is one of the best placements for us, because when it's getting into Kendra houses in both the horoscope, which means it is either in a 7-7 or a 4-10 relationship with each other, because it is in the Kendra houses in both the Lagna chart as well as in the D9 chart. On the other hand, if it gets into one trine house in the D1 chart into another trine house in the D9 chart, it means it is in a 5-9 relationship with each other. So when moon from whichever house it is in the Lagna chart to whichever house it gets into the D9 chart, if it is establishing either a 7-7 relationship or a 4-10 relationship or a 5-9 relationship with each other, with two moons placement from each other, this can be a fantastic placement. It will give you the best result, especially if it also goes into a friendly sign or exaltation sign or own sign. However, if it goes into very good signs in the D1 chart but in the Kendra, however it goes into again very good signs but in the trine houses in the D9 chart, especially if it is establishing a 6-8 relationship between its placement in the D1 chart versus the D9 chart while being in a Kendra house in the D1 chart. For example, in the D1 chart it is in the 4th house, but in the D9 chart it goes into the trine, the 9th house. So here it is establishing a 6-8 relationship with its own placement, comparative placement, which means that it will still be, the person will still be able to build a lot of assets because moon is placed in the 4th house, build a lot of harmony, create happiness. However, the person will have to work hard to make the gain bringing energies of the 9th house. It won't be easy. You will have to overcome competition with the 6th house represents, the 6-8 of the energy represents, and you will have to overcome obstacles to be able to make higher gains, be more harmonious, build more harmonious relationship and make gains from your learning, from your experiences, from your education, from your qualification, from your ability to get higher learning, and through that also develop stronger emotional well-being. So friends, look at your placement of moon in the D1 chart, compare it with the placement in the D9 chart, see if it's in the friendly signs in both, or in one placement it is in friendly sign, another one it is an unfriendly sign, or in yogas in one and in yogas in the other, or yogas versus doshas against the other, which means anytime there are conflicting signals, which means there is some work to more work or huge work to be able to get the best results from your moon, to get best results in building assets, to get best results in developing better relations with people, developing best emotional nourishment, support with each other and from your relations, it can bring you the best results in terms of getting overall development, overall ability to make assets, to be able to build synergistic relationship, and to be able to get the best emotional strongest connections with the zodiac can give you. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.